Then we welcome everyone to the finals of the regionals in Jyväskylä, Finland. Hi,
Yes.
Pontus.
Hi, I'm Pontus Strimling, and for you who were at the tournament, I was there playing Rusted Meisters, and I'm joined by Jakob Hultman, the reigning Swedish champion.
Ooh. Yes. So here we have on the left, we have Martin Carlsson, who plays Targaryen, no agenda, which means that we will probably see some Dothraki on board.
Absolutely.
And on the right we have Andreas Aldrin, who plays Lannister, power bearing the throne. So we'll definitely see some intrigue icons on the right side. And we're waiting for the setup. I think both players have done a mulligan, and as you can see on the right side, Andreas seems to only have characters on his hand. Is that right?
It certainly doesn't look like a great setup. I mean, he has Cersei, but it's a card you want a bit after your setup rather than on it.
Yeah, and I know that he actually did a mulligan from a 3-card setup potentially with 1 golden tooth mine, so I think he is not very happy with this setup. It certainly looks better for Martin. I don't see that card. Is that Viserys?
It is the new cannot be
Viserion.
killed dragon.
Viserion, is that? Yeah.
And I don't think he has any of the other dragons. Rather, that one is included for having free strength and stealth on an intrigue icon.
Yeah, that's very good in this particular deck, I think. So he's actually got some influence on the board as well, and as you could see on the right side, Andreas has only got 3 characters. We have Sir Gregor's dog. That one is the one who gets more strength if opponent, or is that a card discarded from a player's hand or an opponent's hand? I can't remember. I'm not sure. Okay, we have Tommen, and also we have Tycho Nestoris.
So although he has no locations, he actually has some income.
He has some income, and he actually got 2 potential draw here with Tommen and Tycho, which is good. Okay, they're opening up with breaking and entering for Martin, and he's got Twist of Fate for Andreas. Wow, did not expect Twist of Fate there.
That's a daring move in this case after a bad setup opening with a plot.
Yeah. Okay.
It certainly hurt him in the challenge phase.
So it seems like Martin is going first, counting his income. 3 goes. And to have that amount of influence from the start is quite good. I think I saw a long lances on hand for Martin there. Running some influence-based stuff.
Certainly. So I spoke to Martin before the tournament, and he had a previous version of the deck that was running Fear of Winter as it's restricted. But at the last minute he changed to long lances and put more influence in the deck.
Seems like a good idea, since in Finland there was a lot of Lannister, right?
Certainly, and even in this matchup there's bound to be some kneel.
Yeah.
Long lances can't hurt against that.
Yeah. So we saw a pro move there. Martin, he knelt his Troop Queen Harbinger to lower the cost of next Dothraki or Dragon, I think. And then Andreas knelt his Tommen. So I think I saw some economy on Andreas' hand there as well, so maybe he's catching up at that point. So we got Yogo on the board. That's some card draw. That's certainly a very good character.
Yogo is in every Targaryen deck, but certainly in a Dothraki deck he is absolutely fantastic. Alone that card can guarantee you draw cap.
Yeah, yeah. So we got the Marine, or is that Marinese? Marine Tourney Grounds? Yeah, the one who's lowering the strength on a declared attacker or defender for the opponent by 1 or by 3. Very good characters on board.
So, another staple card in Targaryen decks.
Yeah, and I actually spoke to Martin, and he said that... Oh, okay, yeah, that's
rough.
That's rough. He's playing Sir Jorah Mormont, which has a passive effect of discarding an ally or mercenary. So you got House Divided. Wow. Is that a pro move, or is that it could be a mistake actually, because he's getting Jorah back next turn, right?
He is getting Jorah back, but on his Twist of Fate turn he really needs more board presence than the opponent.
Yeah.
Not to get hurt too bad.
That's good. So Yeah, Yogo's on the board, and yeah, talking about the tourney grounds, I actually spoke to Martin, and he said that the Marine tourney grounds was a late addition to his deck, which surprises me. That's a staple card, as you said, in most Targaryen decks.
Yes, I think in Dothraki it's unusually weak, not only because they're not playing other burn effects, but also they have few unique characters in the deck compared to standard Targaryen.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this game is going to come down to whether or not Martin gets to keep a hand.
Yeah.
The power behind the throne deck that Andreas runs is known for punishing your hand and hitting you quite hard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Yogo makes the big difference.
Yeah, so that Viserion on the board on setup was definitely a very good card for Martin.
Certainly having any ability to block in intrigue is going to be important.
Yeah, combined with the tourney grounds there, it's certainly very good, especially if you got more unique characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see a Sunset Sea from Andreas, discarding, playing out a enemy informer, kneeling out the Viserion. Wow. Wow.
Tough choice though, tough choice. Would you kneel out Yogo or would you kneel out Viserion?
Oh, you got the Mad Huntsman on board, so that I understand, and the Lannisport tourney grounds. So you got tourney grounds on both ends of the board, but I think that was a good move for Andreas because you've got the Mad Huntsman out first round, which is a good card in this deck, especially if you get it, or maybe only if you get it in the first round before you got any power.
Well, it's 3 strength, stealth on intrigue and military.
Yeah. So Martin is attacking, I guess, in military with Yogo, having 1 stealth, stealthing out the enemy informer. So I guess that Andreas should block with the Mad Huntsman since he doesn't kneel. Or am I seeing that right? Yeah.
Is it attack or attack and defense?
I think it's attack and defense.
When you have no power on your house.
Yeah.
But even if he blocks, and there is a block.
There is a block, yeah.
And Martin now gets to choose how his 2 claim is taken, since it's Twist of Fate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's jumping in with 1 influence to jump in the Dothraki that jumps into the... Jumps into the...
I win it? Yes.
Just to make sure he wins it. Maybe.
I choose military.
Don't see how you would lose it otherwise.
But actually that is... Yeah, okay. So he's choosing military claim.
Yeah.
And Tommen and the enemy informer is going into the dead pile. So actually that is... Okay, he's drawing... Oh, I see now. He's drawing 2 cards.
He's drawing 2 cards.
Yeah, okay. Good play. So he's done, but actually one thing there is that he's kneeling out his 1 influence, meaning he can't play Incinerate, which I know is a very good card in this deck.
It is. It burnt me out of the quarters.
Yeah. So we've got an intrigue, I guess. Is that true?
I'm usually afraid to play Twist of Fate, and I thought it was a daring move in this case, but as we see, the drawback from Twist of Fate never entered into play. The only challenge that Martin managed to get through was a military challenge, and he decided to take it as military claim.
Yeah. So we see the Jorah that he house divided up to the deck, along with the Blood Rider, is discarded for the intrigue claim.
Just -1.
Very true what you said there, Pontus. Especially if you're playing Lannister and you can kneel out the difficult characters.
Certainly Lannister or Targaryen burn and take away the difficult characters that way.
Yeah.
So for that sake, I can remove a lot of my head.
Yeah. So you got a... Is he doing that? He's doing another intrigue. Okay. Yeah. That is also unopposed. 2 more. There is Aggo and is that a blood? That's the Screamers. Wow, that's tough.
And notice how great that Mad Huntsman has been. He's managed to be in 3 challenges now.
Yeah. So...
many ways making up for the disadvantage.
Yeah. And Martin wins dominance. So actually before this challenge phase, I thought that Martin was just in a great position. So good. And now he's managed to do some damage, but he actually only managed to do 1 challenge. And Andreas is in a good position here. He's got 3 power. Martin's got 1, and the only downside for Andreas here is that he doesn't have any economy, really. He doesn't have any not a golden tooth mine, no draw. He's got 2 gold, but he has money for draw.
Yeah, no, he has money, and then you can choose to draw.
Yeah.
So certainly he has very little economy. Did you also notice that by jumping in those riders, Martin made sure that he had a good claim soak for military?
Yeah, I think that was more than what met the eye in the first place, I think.
Yes.
It was a good move. So deciding on plots for second turn.
Both these players have played these decks and variants of these decks for quite some time in the Stockholm meta.
Yeah.
So they certainly know what they're doing.
They know each other and they know what they're doing, especially. And Martin was the runner-up for last year's Swedish regional, which he played Bear Black Sails and Greyjaw Black Sails, and I played the Baratheon.
Right.
So we got the King's Landing coup, and we got the Cersei scheme. That was that was not very good for Andreas, I would say. I think he was hoping to get first there to kneel out the board.
Certainly kneel out first one with the agenda and then one more with land support turnaground.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic for board control.
Yeah, but Martin had higher claim and he actually starts there, of course. He's putting out a new...
higher initiative, yeah.
Higher initiative, yeah, of course. Putting out another True Queen Harbinger.
I don't think we can underestimate how important that Yogo is. If Andreas managed to kneel him out, Martin's going to run out of a hand very fast against power behind the throne.
He's the draw engine.
If he doesn't manage to kneel him out, Martin could easily net 3 cards every turn.
Yeah, he could be draw capped every turn. Yeah, he drew 2 cards last turn.
He did draw 2 cards last turn.
Only by getting Yogo out and the other Dothraki.
Yes.
So deciding what to do next. He's got 4 gold. He's got another couple of reducers out. I think I can see a horde on his hand. Putting out a Eastern Fiefdoms, some more economy and influence.
A horde on his hand, but he doesn't really have enough Dothrakis out to make it a reasonable play, I think. Well, he has plenty of reducers.
Reducing by 1. Thinking.
It's also very rough to spend all of your economy on one character against a kneel deck.
Yeah. But he doesn't really have a choice, does he? Okay, he does it. So he pays...
There's the horde.
1, 2, 3, reducing Yogo for... Okay, I think he spent 1 gold too much there.
I'm done.
I can't remember if those reducers are also Dothraki.
Yeah, they are Dothraki. Or else he wouldn't have melted.
No, he can reduce for Dothraki. I'm wondering if they are Dothraki as a trait.
No, they're not. They are free cities and allies.
Yeah, so then it should be 5 minus 1.
Okay, he's counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, he's taking 1 gold back.
Very observant.
I wouldn't. I'm still done.
Sorry about that. Okay, he's keeping 1 gold, which actually, if you think of it, is something that Alvaro, the Ioria, the world champion, managed to do a lot in the world championship in November. He was intentionally, I think, keeping 1 gold for dominance nearly every round. He actually managed to take some power every round just because of... yeah, not every round, but he managed to take dominance.
That's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, which is, I mean...
Was he also playing with Hand's Judgment? Which is usually another reason to keep a backup gold.
I don't think he did, but that is certainly another reason to keep the gold. Yeah. So we were over to Andreas. He's got 4 gold, which is not a lot to manage to get back on this board. He's got a good board presence.
Certainly not enough for a Lancer player. And we can see that he has the new Janos Conspirator on his hand. He has 2 of them. Of course, they only work when there's a Nightwatch character on the table.
Yeah.
So
And
if
he's
he
also
plays
got
both
1.
of them, he gets to use 1 of them. But you can see how much he would like to use both of them right now.
And he's also got 1 economy, so I think he's got a suite of systems. Is that good? Yeah, I think he has a suite of systems. So
if he has a street, he certainly should play it.
yeah.
Ah, he's deciding whether he should draw or not.
Okay, he drew a Golden Tooth Mines, if I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay, playing. Alright, then he can't play the Conspirators. He's playing the Jon Snow from the Corset, which is a semi-renown, I think. He claims the power if he wins.
Widow's Blade, so +2.
Or if he or Ghost win. And 1 Widow's Wail on
Okay,
that.
nice challenges then.
I am thinking that it could be a mistake because now Martin could
That's,
easily
only attacking
take 2 more,
Annie.
or actually 3 more cards this turn.
I agree.
Maybe he should have tried to kneel out.
Certainly. There is not more than 2 standing Dothraki characters at this point.
Yeah, but he's actually
Although
got
we
the
can easily
agenda.
imagine
He's got the agenda for Andreas.
agenda for Andreas to draw another card if he wants.
Yeah. So
It certainly seemed daring compared to ensuring that you had better board presence.
yeah, maybe he's thinking
well,
that
yet
he.
that draw is important. Andreas still has a lot of cards, little economy.
Maybe he thinks that he could use the Lannister tourney grounds the right way if he wins an intrigue challenge, but that could be too late. If Martin makes the right thing, I think he starts with a military.
Starting with a military, which is unusual. Stanley will say start with an intrigue.
Yeah.
In this case, I think I agree with you. Starting with a military would be a better choice.
Yeah, it could be. Of course, it depends on what tricks Andreas has got up his sleeve on the hand, but we know that he's only got characters in his hand.
Yes, I think so. And if you had Harry of the Riverlands or something,
Military.
it wouldn't make much of a difference. You could kneel out Yogo.
One play.
Or Viserion. Okay, he starts out with the military. I think he doesn't have stealth because you're not attacking the low. So he's got deadly on the. Okay, so he's blocking with Jon Snow.
One play.
And this is very problematic.
Okay, he's starting the draw engine.
Having as little economy as Andreas has, and then being forced to throw away 3-cost characters as military claim. This is
Clearly, I think he should have played the double conspirators.
I think so.
I think Martin saw a Meraxes and a Long Lances on the draw from which just means that the draw engine is
It's also hard to judge afterwards. We don't know what card he could have drawn.
exactly.
There could have been another economy card in there.
But 2 cards is better than none. Okay, so he is he's doing an entry. Opposed? This one?
Letting it through.
Okay, so one unopposed. Oh, the Golden Tooth Mines, the only draw engine that Andreas could potentially have put out, except for Chikuna Stories. He's down. No? What is he doing for the agenda? Drawing another card.
Draw another card.
Oh, the Incinerate.
That means that he's draw capping, which is a fantastic thing to do against.
Wow. So, do you see what I see? He's got
Half
an.
of the throne.
So he's
Yes.
doing an intrigue. He should do an intrigue.
Yes, I think Tycho Nahar is living dangerously right now. If what you say is right in the reducers.
One play.
Yeah, because he's got an Incinerator and then also he's got the tournament.
Yeah.
So he
In fact, if those reducers are Dothraki, and you say they are, and I shouldn't doubt you on this.
no, they aren't.
They
Don't
aren't.
think No,
They aren't.
They are free citizen allies.
Then he's lacking one, so he could use the tourney ground.
Yeah, he could use the tourney ground, and he's got.
No.
He could kill Tuco by an incinerate and.
Yes, but he can't use the tourney ground on Tycho right now, because Tycho has to be in the challenge. It responds to the clearing. Ah, he got lucky.
Unlucky for Andreas.
Unlucky for Andreas, unlucky for Martin.
So he's drawing a
Not
card
for
for
the right
Widow's
card.
Wail. So Andreas is okay. So
Let's see people die. I don't know why, but I take perverse pleasure in seeing bankers die. I don't know.
It's a nasty habit of yours, Pontus.
-1.
Okay, so he's lowering it by 1, and there we have the Incinerate killing, and he's only got price 2, so I think we're up to a tie.
Dominance
4.
Why is he?
And then he's taking dominance.
Why is he? Oh yeah, now he's taking price.
1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so he's in the lead. So this is certainly a very good
And
position.
dominance 3.
I think what we said before, the move where Andreas could have put out a double conspirators, getting some flame soak out, kneeling out the board a little bit more, would have been a better move.
And hindering Martin's draw. If you had hindered Martin's draw in the last turn, he could think about the Vala right now. But Vala is going to look very dangerous without an economy and with the opponent with plenty of cards. Well, plenty, I say, he has 2.
Oh yeah. And also the because Martin has got the Viserion out, you tend to forget that Andreas' agenda is a very big drawback if he doesn't have the upper hand on the intrigue claims. So he's just fueling the engine for Martin here. If Martin can just go on and come through with it. So we got the Summoned by the Conclave and we got the Dry Season.
Summoned by the Conclave lets Martin search a card and pick it up. And Dry Season makes all non-unique locations
blank, which means Street of Sisters and Eastern Fiefdoms.
This is a very special move by Andreas.
I don't know if he's trying to just put through another 2-claim round.
And he's looking for that high initiative, perhaps. But
let's see what card it is.
Certainly going into a round where you have no economy and only add 2 from your plot, it's risky.
We see that he's got a refugee on hand. Doesn't do much. Okay, so Martin picks Alaris, which is a very good card against Power by the Throne.
Very
Especially when Andreas seems to be the one. I don't know who became first player.
Andreas certainly got to choose.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time seeing why he wouldn't choose himself.
Well, he's playing a bit of Neil, so but he's suddenly got some
only
stuff to Neil.
Yes, and the only stuff Neil has out, he actually gains from being first to turn around. He gets to Neil one of the opponent's characters when he wins an intrigue challenge.
Yes, that is true. So he's got 2 economy, paying 2 for the Iron Throne, and then the Mountain. So the Iron Throne is good because then he is maybe expecting for a Screamers to come out or something to flood the board a bit more, but this is certainly tough for Andreas because he doesn't have more
Iron
presence.
Throne is an excellent card in this matchup.
Yeah. But thinking of it, would you rather put out the Iron Throne than another guy? Because to me, it looks like he could come through in an intrigue, but that's it.
But if he comes through in an intrigue challenge, he can kneel Jogo off that. And denying Martin the draw.
Yeah.
If he denies Martin the draw, he can baller next turn.
True.
Then maybe get back in the game. But he's certainly on the ropes.
Yeah.
And of course, we who know Martin's hand can see that he has a long lances on the hand, making
He's also got the Screamers.
Making that surgery very hard.
Yeah. So he's reducing by 2. Is he picking the... I don't know what that was called. That's the Dothraki with stealth, and we're now on
He's touching his reducers. I wouldn't. I would save them for long lances to ensure that I have Yogo standing in the challenge phase.
Yeah. But would he, if he wins an intrigue? If
Yes, so he can ambush in the long lances after Yogo has been knelt to stand him again with the long lances effect.
Yeah, but then Andreas has got the Iron Throne. So.
That is true. You're very correct, sir. Maybe the Iron Throne was a really pro play.
Yeah. It's very difficult to say. Okay, so...
Which is
Martin's,
also why we love the game. So much to think about.
It's so much to think about. So, Martin is certainly Okay, so he's... Oh yeah, putting out the Meraxes. Some more draw. Also dominance win.
Now, to play a Leras or not, Leras almost guarantees a next round Valor.
Yeah. And he has knelt out the Trooping Harbinger and to the what was that? The Great Pyramid Marine.
Yes. So he does no longer have the influence for
He
the long
doesn't have the
lances.
influence, and he hasn't played anything for it. So is he gonna play? Well, he doesn't even have the influence because there isn't influences. So he can't.
That's right. Again, so much to think about.
But the True Queen Harbinger is if you use it with ambush as well, isn't it? So you could. Doesn't really matter. Oh, so he doesn't. He wasted that. Did he? Did I see that right? He wasted the influence and the True Queen Harbinger. Well, Andreas starts with a military, maybe?
That's a very weird choice with a Leras on the table.
I have no idea why he does that. He knows he can't win.
Well, of course, Martin has to let it through to trigger a Leras effect.
Power.
He could certainly contemplate doing just that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Andreas gains out of it.
Yeah, he could let it through and then it's too play. Oh, he does a power. Okay. I don't know why, but he does a power. Because of Eris, of course we don't. I think that is a mistake because of the 20 rounds.
Yes. I agree. Again, I think kneeling out Yogo.
Although to be honest, he wouldn't have been able to win the intrigue because of the Marine Tornadoes. Because the Madhuntsman's got 5, the Assyrian got 3. He could stealth the Alaris, but then he would have used the Tornadoes to make Madhuntsman get 2 strength. So maybe that was good anyway.
He could, of course, Iron Throne the Leras. We are mixing things all over the board here.
So many things going on. Okay, so he does a military or an intrigue. What do you think?
I'm gonna guess an intrigue as well. He can't stop that military anyway, and if Martin is to defend,
he can't do an intrigue himself.
He can't do an intrigue himself.
Yeah. Okay, so he blocks the intrigue, wins the intrigue.
Gets to draw for the agenda.
Yeah, but I think what he wants to do is actually. Oh yeah, because then you can do a military and a power.
Yeah.
And still draw cat with Meraxes. Okay. He does a military. Got stealth. Stealth is out. Host. Drop. Card. And
Can't draw.
Beautiful. Thomas Jedroshev. What a beautiful
Power.
Beautiful art. Power challenge with the Horde. Is unopposed. Unopposed in game.
No, Jakob, as the rule expert. Martin could have played Carl Drogo in that very challenge, right?
Yes.
After drawing him for Yogo.
Oh yes.
In which case he wouldn't have had to kneel down the Horde, but rather gain dominance as well.
He gained dominance through Meraxes anyway, so
That is true. So
He-
he can
he probably
sneak
kept-
about having
Yeah.
the Carl Drogo.
he probably kept the trophy. So, what have we got now? You got 7 power for Martin, and you got 6 power. I would have honored here. I don't know what you say. I would have honored.
It's a tough choice.
You know that he got the screamers, but you got the Iron Throne, and you need to kill Yogo. I just said you need to kill
Absolutely
Yogo.
need to kill Yogo, but Martin after draw capping yet another turn is so strong right now.
Okay.
Attack from the sea, which kneels out all locations.
And you got retaliation on the other side. So you know that Martin is going first. This is another 2 claim for Andreas, but since he doesn't have the board presence, this is difficult. Difficult to flood the board if you don't have an economy. You have 4 economy in this one.
And Andreas is playing with lots of economy. This isn't the usual fault of his deck.
It seems like he is
Very unlucky.
He's drawing a few cards, but not enough to be a Lannister. He is Yeah, this is difficult. This
Of
is
course, some of his economy is tied up, as we see there, in small characters, which he can certainly play, but there is no way they're sticking around to the next.
no, I wouldn't say. He needs board presence, and he also needs claim soak. That is a problem with his points. It's brave of him to not play Valor this turn.
Yes. Although, if he had played Valor against Attack from the Sea, those braided screamers would have pulled another Dothraki out, and Martin would quickly have been back up.
Yeah. Okay, so he's paying one. Got the so kneeling out, taking away the Widow's Wail. That is harsh.
It's such a fantastic card.
It's too powerful. It's too overpowered.
It's too overpowered, and it really hinders people from playing attachments,
Yeah.
which I feel sad about, because there's plenty of attachments that are just filling the binders right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. He is sure he's priced, but man, on-demand discarding attachments, that is wicked.
Yes.
That is wicked. Okay, so what have we got here? We got the arrows from Melt Out, so we could potentially see long lances jumping in. We could see the Screamers. Right now he's got 2 economies, kneeling out, lowering, and then he's got the Dothraki. Can't remember the name, but he's got the stealth.
Outriders.
Yeah. So he's got renown on power challenge.
Yes.
He's got stealth.
This is actually a much better card for this deck than you might think at first try. That renown
That speeds up the
speeds up the game in a way that very much what this deck
Yeah.
is.
So we got the Lannister counselor,
Oh wow!
and he's stealing the Alaris. Is that makes some difference in this game? Marcus,
What a
Stark.
fantastic move.
Yeah.
My Chambers.
Yes. But as you can see here, you've got Yogo again, and you got some Dothraki out. So even if Martin would just only get one challenge through, he's still got so much draw going on that even after this turn, if Andreas would do a Valor, I just can't see how Martin wouldn't flood the board again.
Absolutely true. Absolutely.
Kneeling out the Iron Throne is definitely a big deal.
If Andreas can get 2 intrigue challenges through, that's 4
Yeah.
cards.
That is a difference. Okay, so you're doing the intrigue with Viserion, stumping out the Alaris, which means that Andreas have to do Mad Husband if he doesn't want it unopposed.
This is interesting though.
He doesn't want it unopposed.
I think I would have left it on a post. And now,
Oh, Cersei for playing.
Andreas can tell Martin not to use any military this round.
No, I don't think he can, because you have to be not running an agenda yourself,
That is true.
and your opponent have to.
They seem to be discussing it in various very movement.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that was a mistake from Andreas that he expected to be able to use Alaris. Wow, this is tough. I think he should have left it unopposed.
Yeah, it's a. Since it actually will lose him out one of his intrigue challenges.
After he's thinking about drawing, I think he should take power. He does.
I take a fight.
He could easily draw cap this round.
He's rushing towards the goal here.
Yeah, he's got 8 power and board presence, which is just too good. So you
I don't think he will draw cap.
You don't
Draw cap, he would have to use all his Dothrakis in a military challenge, and I think he's going to be keen on getting those Outriders in on a power challenge for the renown. Miraxis is after Ornelta.
Well, we know that he got Kandrogo on the board, so
That is true.
but then he would be knelt out.
Military. One deadly.
Maybe he can swing back. I don't know. So you got a military going on with now in 9 straight. We got Yogo board, which has got deadly. Let's see. Should he block it? I don't think he should block it. Because then he would lose both Ygritte and Alaris.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like Andreas is blocking with Ygritte. Wow. He's only got one claim, is that? What? He's taking that for deadly.
Yep.
No for claim. Wow, that seems like a huge mistake. I did not understand why he did that.
For deadly, he couldn't choose anyone else, but he could certainly have chosen not to get into that.
He could have chosen Alaris' claim, and then Ygritte would have died for deadly.
He could have done that,
Yeah.
for sure.
So Khal Drogo jumps in. He does a power challenge with the Outrider. Wow, he's running away now. He's got 10 power on the house and 1 on Outriders. So a total of 11.
And I think to some extent Andreas has...
He's making some
He's not
mistakes
playing
now.
as excellent as he usually does.
No, I think he...
And I don't know if he could have turned it, but he's
got dominance as well, so he's got 3, 6, 9, 12. And the board is... I think this is going to be very difficult for Andreas. The only thing he could do is Valor here.
yes.
And
But
just hope for a
even
top
then, I
decking,
think we're looking at the last round.
Yeah, could be. Don't know yet, but if Andreas is doing the top decking of his life, he could have a chance of bouncing. I don't know. Certainly looks like Martin's going to dry season. Yeah, okay. He's choking out Andreas.
I'll go first.
Priced for the series.
Yes.
We got a total power of 11 to 5. The Iron Throne could make a difference. This certainly looks like he top decked some economy there. That is good or bad. He's only got 2 gold. Oh, he's got another Harbinger. Someone is adjusting the camera. Thank you for that. And a 2 claim for the dry season. Man,
This is gonna be rough.
It depends on if Andreas has got any of the Harry the Riverlands on hand, so he could kneel out.
Yep.
Some of these turns. You know when you've got Khal Drogo on hand as well, so heading through a single challenge could be the difference. So the economy as well. He's shuffling his hand like he's a pro.
So with 11 power and 2 claim, if he gets an unopposed power challenge, he's up to 14 from only that. And with Miraculous on the table, it's hard to see why he wouldn't win dominance.
Yeah. So he needs to kneel out whatever Martin has got. Andreas needs to kneel out.
He needs to kneel out whatever he's got, not just in power, because we know that Martin has Khal Drogo on his hand.
Yeah.
And Khal Drogo has stealth, so he's coming through in that power challenge.
Certainly looks like the power level is too high here. He's got a bitter crone. He's got some intrigue. Reducing.
That's a great card. That is
He's got long lances. Doesn't trigger it. I think it's a good idea. 2. We've got the Street of Sisters is blanked. So Gregor's dog. He's trying to. Oh, Michael points out the dry season.
Yeah.
At the same time as Andreas finally got some economy
Crash
round.
route. Yeah, this is good.
Yes. With no power icons, this is certainly good.
And in right now, he doesn't have anything in military. He's got 0 strategy. So we got the long lances. Does he have any tricks up his sleeve? No.
0 strength.
Taking Gregor's off to claim. Martin points out
That he still gets unopposed since he had 0 strength
yes,
against
to
him.
claim.
And here comes Khal
6,
Drogo.
9, 12. No, it doesn't.
There comes Khal Drogo.
Thomas Jedrzejczyk.
Intrigue.
He does an intrigue. Oh, there's game.
There's game.
Yeah. So we got a regional champion in Finland, Jyväskylä. We've got Andreas, and he is looking for his kneel cards. Where are they? There's
Martin Carlsson is the new regional champion.
yeah. So congrats to Martin. He was the runner-up, as I said before the match, for last year's Swedish regional, and now he takes the Finnish one. Good for him.
Congratulations to both of them, I said.
Yeah, me too.
And thanks to the hospitality from Jyväskylä. This has been Popstreaming and
Jakob Hultman.